for the New England Outdoor Furnaces Fall Challenge 2008, the second annual race. Green is out, we're underway. Kyle Davis sticks the nose out in front quickly. Ben Bushy will fight back on the bottom. They touch. Oh, that didn't take long. Around goes Kyle Davis. Around goes Michael Burke. 1, 2, 3, 4 cars involved. And George, that didn't take long.
Absolutely not. And Sammy Earl wasn't even out there. Imagine that.
No kidding. He is here. He's in this division. Jamie Hodgson and the Hodgson brothers, number 15. Super strong year at Canaan Fair Speedway this year. Hodgson will make his way down pit road. Green is out. Eddie LaQuire around the outside. Might have been a bit of a jump there. Ben Bushy back to the inside. Jamie Hodgson back out onto the speedway. Effectively screws himself. If he had waited over there coming off of pit road, he would have joined up with the back of the pack. Now you see Hodgson smoke showing out of the car. Hodgson way, way back now. Out front, it's Eddie LaQuire, Ben Bushy, Ryan Rainey, Troy Rowell, and folks, all sorts of questions about the motor in that 71 car at Canaan Speedway this year. No idea if they'll check that or what they'll do on that 71 car, but that thing's super fast on the straightaways. Black flag out, Jamie Hodgson. And you see the roof on that car all caved up. Not sure what that's all about. Hodgson will head up pit road. He will finish in the 5th position. Here in heat race number 1, Eddie LaQuire down the backstretch, continues to lead. Ben Bushy continues 4 lengths back. Then a long way back to the youngster Ryan Rainey and Troy Rowell, his Twin State Speedway debut.
Ben Bushy driving that 07. That was the number 5 here to multi-feature wins by Alyssa Rivera.
Had been told Rivera was going to be here in a super street. Evidently that deal did not come together. Down the front stretch, steady. Eddie LaQuire continues to hold down the top spot. The Pro Cut sponsored machine. Ben Bushy cruises along in second. The Pink Panther. Ryan Rainey is third. Troy Rowell trying to avoid going down a lap. Across the stripe once again, the Brookfield service station machine. The 07 for Ben Bushy, trying to figure out if he's got anything for Eddie LaQuire. Troy Rowell now gives way as Eddie LaQuire puts him a lap down. Couple of laps to go now for LaQuire. LaQuire in heat race number 1, the class of the field. Steady Eddie LaQuire. White flag flies. Down the backstretch, LaQuire, Bushy. Rowell's a lap down. Ryan Rainey. Can he hang on to the lead lap for one more lap? Rainey driving one-handed. Obviously didn't pay attention in driver's ed. Was told this week it's not 10.
That's never a good sign. Here they come off turn number 4. Michael Griggs says, let's get it on. Oh, big jump on the outside. Brian Goslin going to lead him down into turn number 1. It's Goslin with Poland in tow along with Sammy Earl and Tara Tarbell. Earl a little bit loose on the inside but holds his own. He's going to try to drive it inside of Benny Poland in turn number 3. Poland leaves him a lane in the bottom. Sammy Earl up to second. Foster having a hard time holding on to the 20. It's Goslin down to lead him to complete lap number 1. Slamming Sammy Earl up to second. Then it's Benny Poland, Tara Tarbell, Jared Ledger, Neil Foster, and Andrew Merritt. Top 5, nose to tail, off turn number 4. Sammy Earl now starting to run down Goslin. Foster having a hard time with a handle on that number 20. Goslin and Sammy Earl, starting to pull away from the rest of the pack. Benny Poland leading Tara Tarbell along with Ledger. Now, Sammy Earl starting to put the heat on Goslin. Earl looks down low as they come off number 2. Goslin able to shut the door. Into turn number 3. Rim riding that inside groove. Off turn number 4. Sammy Earl looks down low again. Ryan Goslin will lead him across the stripe one more time. Now, Sammy Earl sticks a nose underneath Goslin. They'll be nose to nose off turn number 2. Goslin gets the better run as Earl has to back up and let him go around the lap car of Andrew Merritt. Goslin back into the top spot. Michael Griggs with the cross flags up halfway this time by. 5 down and 5 to go. Earl back on the attack. Slamming Sammy Earl down to the inside. This time he'll draw even off turn number 2. Up the back straightaway. It's door handle to door handle. Into turn number 3. Earl will drive it in deep and lead him off turn number 4. Slamming Sammy Earl, all body paddles intact, will lead lap number 6. Goslin settles into the second spot. Still a 3-car battle for third between Benny Poland, Tara Tarbell, and Jared Ledger. Neil Foster hanging on to that 6th spot down to the line this time. 7 laps down now, slamming Sammy Earl, having things his own way. He's opened up a 3-car length lead over Ryan Goslin. Foster still having problems with the handle on that number 20. Double sticks up now. 2 laps to go. Slamming Sammy Earl 2 laps away from victory. Tarbell now starting to put some heat on Benny Poland. Jaron Ledger, the Riverside car, trying to get the feel of this track. Down to the line now. Here comes your leader, Sammy Earl. White flag is up. 1 more lap to go. Ledger now starting to feel it. Getting his way to know around this track. Starting to look underneath. Tarbell wants to pick up another spot. Will it happen? Foster sees the white flag. Now the checkers in the air. Slamming Sammy Earl will pick up the win. Ryan Goslin, the newcomer, brings it home in second. It'll be Benny Poland, Tara Tarbell.
16 years old. Outside of him, it's the 27. That's William Schneider, 13, 29 years old combined on the front row. Green flag flies. We're underway. Allison Legacy Series and Logan quickly out in front in the G. Lopes construction machine. Oh, the 19 on the move. Oh, where's he going? The 19 doing laps around the pits. Unfortunately, he's not being scored as Logan leads lap number 1, the 27. William Schneider runs in second. Third belongs to the 3 machine. That's Kyle Pudiak. All right, my bad. This is their heat race, 10 laps the distance. As the 34 machine moves into third spot. That's Dylan Smith, the 14-year-old in the 34. Then it's the 79 car. That's Shane DiAgostino, the 16-year-old. The 3 machine is next. Kyle Pudiak spun it under caution before the race even started. 1 heat race for the Allison Legacy Series, 10 laps the distance. Their feature will be up a little bit later on. Down the front stretch, James Logan begins to stretch the lead out now. Now the question I have, is this like a 20-car length lead or like a 50-car length lead? I mean, their car lengths, it's like a 50-car length lead.
Let's give it to him. It'll make him feel good.
There you go. I won by 50 car lengths, Dad. James Logan continues to lead, just past halfway. Logan in the bright yellow. G. Lopes construction machine, the 34 car in second, doing a very nice job. That is Dylan Smith, the 14-year-old, the Brookside Customs machine. Third belongs to the 79. 79 of Shane DiAgostino. The After Hours Auto Body Hot Rod. Now the 89 takes over the 4th spot. The 89 driven by Cody Knighting, the 13-year-old. The Custom Homes by Cooker construction car. Moving forward. Out front is the 44. James Logan in the 16. The 16-year-old. Logan coming up to put that 19 car a lap down. The 19 David Schneider actually already a number of laps down, was stuck up in the pits. Here comes Logan, tracking down the 19. Schneider will move up out of the way. Checkers will fly. James Logan going to win it in the 44. The number 34 will come home second. That's Dylan Smith. Then it'll be the 79 car for Shane DiAgostino. Harry Davis won that championship. And Dave Davis, their uncle, Chris and Todd's uncle, could well have won one. Was beat out by Mike Brusso. Here we go. Hershey quickly out in front. Hershey with a nose out in front. Brandon Ovitt second. Oh, Parks gets loose. Mike Parks way loose off a 2. He'll hang on. Here comes Jeremy Davis around the outside in the 0-9. Russ Hershey out in front. Brandon Ovitt runs in second. Jeremy Davis third. Then it's Parks and Fellows side by side. Fellows on the high side. Jeff Zeidema has picked up a couple of spots. Chris Lyman way loose in the 29. Mighty Mark Cole in the 6X rounds out the field. Cole, a Canaan Speedway regular on 2 surfaces, on the dirt and the asphalt. Russ Hershey in the SNF.com machine out in front. That 88 car, bad, fast every time he shows up at a racetrack. Brandon Ovitt runs in second. The wild-looking Outlaw Pro Stock body. Third belongs to Jeremy Davis, but he's being hounded now by Mike Parks. Parks picked up a race win at Monadnock Speedway at the end of the season. Congratulations to him on that. Jeff Zeidema is next. Zeidema and Parks, friends. Here comes Parks to the bottom. Parks to the inside of Davis, trying to take over the 3rd spot. Parks up the inside. Oh, washes up in the middle. Runs Davis wide. Dirty pool there for Parks. Zeidema now will take the spot from Davis. Aaron Fellows going to try to follow Zeidema through. Davis, big horsepower. Fellows in deep. Fellows to the inside. Davis battles back on the high side. Pinches Fellows up. Fellows of the Valley Building Supply, 29. Trying to take over the 5th spot. Davis falling back. Fellows has the nose out in front. Here comes Lyman. Lyman trying to take that spot away as well. Lyman to the inside of Davis. Davis drifting backwards. The former past competitor. Down the front stretch, Russ Hershey, Brandon Ovitt, Mike Parks, Jeff Zeidema, Aaron Fellows. The battle now is for 6th. It's Lyman and Davis. Mark Cole to the pits. The Mike Conrad-owned machine heads up pit road. Chris Lyman and Jeremy Davis continue to battle. Lyman with an outstanding season, won the extra distance race at Canaan and the championship. Mike Parks all over the back bumper on Brandon Ovitt, trying to find a way around the 2 outlaw-bodied machines. Jeff Zeidema right there as well. In the meantime, checkered will fly. Russ Hershey wins it. Ovitt second. Parks third. Then it's Zeidema. Fellows.
Sorry, Kevin. Don't feel bad. I'm a Raiders fan. All right, here we go. Getting ready to go. He race number 2, Joe Crowley, gives him the hard look as they come off. Turn number 4. He says, let's get it on. Down into turn number 1. Blanchett on the inside. Bucky Demers and a big push on the outside. Demers in the outside groove off turn number 2. A push from Blanchett. But Demers will have the lead heading into turn number 3. It'll be the Cornish Comet, Bucky Demers, Eric Blanchett, Brian Baker, Chris Wilk, Dave Davis, Zach Jewett, and Jim Hancock. Bucky Demers opening it up in the Obama 08. That automobile for sale, and wow, this is a way to showcase it. Get right out front and show them the back bumper. Brian Baker now on the move. Baker underneath Blanchett with Chris Wilk in tow. Baker moves up to 2nd. Wilk will follow him through into the 3rd spot. Blanchett up in that high groove will have to settle back into the 4th spot. Meanwhile, up front, Bucky Demers showing them what it's all about. Bucky Demers looking seriously strong in that Obama 08. He says, change we can believe in. We'll see. Right now, Brian Baker says, let me tell you something. I'm going to run you down. Will he do it? Will he run out of time? Well, we're going to find out in about 8 more laps because the top 3 are pulling away now from Eric Blanchett. Demers, Baker, Wilk, your top 3. Then it's Eric Blanchett in 4th with Dave Davis, Zach Jewett, and Jimmy Hancock rounding out 5th, 6th, and 7th. Now Baker looks underneath Demers. Brian Baker on the move. They'll be neck and neck going into turn number 3 and off. Turn number 4, flying. Brian Baker will lead him down to the stripe. Brian Baker taking over the top spot. Dave Davis in trouble. Davis getting things gathered up on the back stretch. Now Chris Wilk on the move. Wilk looking to the inside of Demers. They'll both check up in the middle of turn 4 and then run it down to the line. Chris Wilk will have the second spot. It's Brian Baker, Chris Wilk, Bucky Demers, Eric Blanchette, Jimmy Hancock, Zach Jewett, and Dave Davis. Baker now trying to open it up. Chris Wilk trying to run him down. Zach Jewett works his way underneath Jimmy Hancock for the fifth spot. Jewett on the move. Joe Crowley with the double sticks up. 2 more laps to go. Dave Davis' car not handling all that well. That is actually a Chris Wilk backup car, that white number 28. White flag out this time by Brian Baker on the move. Chris Wilk in hot pursuit. Bucky Demers hanging on to that third spot. Bucky with a little bit of a push in that 08 in the middle of the corner. Down to the line this time, flying. Brian Baker will pick up the win. Chris Wilk will come home in second, followed by Bucky Demers third. Fourth will be the 99 for Eric Blanchette. Rounding out the top 5, the number 111 for Zach Jewett.
Here we go. Green is out. Oh, big contact over on the backstretch. Your caution is out. Let's check out the bodywork on one of the trucks. Not really sure what number. And the 83 rounds out the top 5. That's Guy Perry. Here we go, folks. Let's try this again. Green is out. And Chris Corral quickly out in front, gets the jump, drives around the outside. Andy Lindemann to second. If he can cross the line, he will be the division champion. The All-Star Race Trucks Championship goes to Andy Lindemann, folks. And he's going to try to do it in grand old style with a win here at Twin State Speedway. Lindemann down the front stretch. Through 3 and 4, has the top spot in that Silverado. Behind him, the Hooters machine for Chris Corral. Then it's the 25. That's Dan Butler. Up next will be the 90 for Keith Chapman. Chapman under fire now from Guy Perry in the 83. He will take the 4th spot away. The Timbuktu, number 90, gets kicked back to 5th. Keith Chapman now. The 64 is in 6th. That's Tom Smith. As the 12 truck in trouble, Derek Chris in trouble in the 12. He heads down pit road. So 5 laps in the books now for the All-Star Race Trucks. 25 laps the distance. Here we go. Andy Lindemann continues to lead in the 3, the black machine. Chris Corral runs in second in the Hooters sponsor, number 7. The 83 is third. That's Guy Perry doing a nice job trying to run down the front two. Fourth belongs to the 85 machine. That's Greg Butler. The 25 now in fifth, Dan Butler. As he is under fire now from Tom Smith in the 64. Smith will take over the 5th spot. Butler back to 6th. The 90 of Keith Chapman. And the 46 truck of Papa Ron Fortune round out the field. Andy Lindemann stretches out the lead. Chris Corral has fallen into the clutches of Guy Perry. Perry trying to take over the 3rd spot. Perry actually trying to take over the 2nd spot from Chris Corral. Has the nose out in front. Corral will battle back on the outside. Perry will take over the spot. Corral tries the crossover. Corral tries to come back on the inside of the orange machine. Can't get it done. Andy Lindemann, the All-Star Race Trucks champion. Out in front. Guy Perry runs in second. Third belongs to Chris Corral. Fourth is the 85. That's Greg Butler. And fifth belongs to the 64 machine of Tom Smith. Rounding out the field, the number 25, Dan Butler. The 90, that's Keith Chapman. And the 46 of Papa Ron Fortune. Field pretty well settled out now. Guy Perry going to try to run down Andy Lindemann as we come up on 10 to go. 10 laps to go. This time by
Lindemann certainly want that championship. You see it. He's going to do it in grand style. What better way to win a championship than to win the final race?
Absolutely. Had it wrapped up coming into the night, but basically just had to run the first lap, but figured what the heck, let's just go out and stomp the field, make it easy. Now Chris Corral, the Hooters machine, under fire. Corral under fire for third is the 85 machine. Greg Butler. Corral pinched him way down. Now Corral turns him around in the front stretch. Corral got loose off of 4, flat overdrove the truck, and Butler with a busted radiator.
Oh, wait a minute. Kevin Bolduc is a Yankees fan, too. I forgot.
Yeah, he also calls himself a race car driver. Green flag is out. Andy Lindemann. Guy Perry right there. Perry going to take a shot at him. Guy Perry trying to catch Lindemann. Lindemann across the stripe will lead the lap. Perry is second. The 64 is third. That's Tom Smith. Then it'll be the 25, Dan Butler, and the 90 of Keith Chapman. 2 laps to go. Lindemann opens up about a truck length lead. White flag is out. Andy Lindemann. Down to the line. Guy Perry runs in second. Tom Smith third. Lindemann will win the race in the championship. Perry is second. Tom Smith winds up third.
Racing still to go. We thank you for being here today. For the New England Outdoor Furnace Fall Challenge. Again, tomorrow we're going to have open wheel cars. The Pro 4 mods, the Pepsi mods, the NEMA lights, NEMA midgets, and the True Value modified.
Andy Lindemann will put the hat on, climb from the machine. And it looks like it's time for a new hat. The 2007 All-Star Truck Series champion, now the 2008 champion, and which is cooler, man, the race winner, the championship?
Well, the race wins are always fun. We came into this season and we won the first one, so it's nice to go out with another win. Had a lot of bad luck last weekend at Thompson and blew up some motors and some stuff. But as it turned out, we got a new one back in again tonight, and it certainly worked out good for us. And just want to thank all the fans and Dennis for his nice facility here. Love to come race here, and everybody, I hope we all put in a good show for you. No, tonight wasn't the best, but those things will happen.
You'll have that from time to time. That lap one deal, all you had to do was complete a lap to win the championship. They start spinning and balling up all the way around you. What were you thinking there?
Well, just to get that green flag, because that's all I needed, and that's what got us the championship. And I got to thank my team and certainly all my sponsors. Everybody works hard back at the garage, and not everybody gets to come here and see all this. So got to thank everybody that helps back there, and certainly my motor guy, and once again, all my sponsors. I'd love to name them all, but I'm sure I'd forget somebody, and that would make somebody mad. So just want to thank everybody, and enjoyed the season, and that's 2 in a row now, so I guess we got to shoot for number 3.
There you go. Double congratulations to you, man.
Thank you very much, and once again, thank all the fans.
There you go. Andy Lindemann, race winner and all-star race truck champion.
Controlled by a little over a handful of points. A lot of former champions in this field. Here they come off turn number 4. It's race time. John LeBoy with a big jump on the outside. The Chuck's Auto, number 31. Fighting hard on that outside group. Joey Jarvis on the inside. Jarvis knows this track as well as about anybody else. Oh, Dennis Bell in trouble. Dennis Bell, and at the right front, restarting lap number 1. Joey Jarvis and John LeBoy going to bring him down to green. Here we go. Jarvis with a much better jump this time. LeBoy with a big horsepower. That car is a late model down at Monadnock Speedway, but a super street up here. You see the horses on the back straightaway. LeBoy picking him up and putting him down. Jarvis hanging on to second, feeling the heat from Stephen Bly. Dennis Bell really fighting the handle on that number 44. Meanwhile, up front, John LeBoy leading the way. Joey Jarvis and Stephen Bly duking it out for second. Stephen Bly's going to get into that second spot and get it down in there. Joey Jarvis draws back to third. Here comes Radical Russ Davis on the high groove. Davis a little bit loose. Him and Tatral will bounce off each other. Davis hangs on, gets it back in line. Russ Davis up into that fourth spot. Joey Tatral falls back into fifth, followed by Kenny Thompson, Corey Robert, and Dennis Bell. Up front, John LeBoy now starting to feel pressure from Stephen Bly. Bly, the 2007 track champion right here at Twin State Speedway. Thompson and Robert, a little bit of bumper tag in the middle of turn two. Everybody's all right. Stephen Bly looking down low, cross flags out halfway. Bly has the advantage heading into turn number one. Dorian LeDorian off turn two. LeBoy fighting back hard on the outside. LeBoy drives it in deep. Stephen Bly with the advantage off turn number four. Kenny Thompson heads up pit road into 33. Dennis Bell off the track in turn number two. Dennis Bell kind of setting over there off. Here we go, Stephen Bly and John LeBoy on the front row. LeBoy, big horsepower on the outside. Bly answers back on the inside. Stephen Bly. Oh, they'll lean on each other coming off turn number four. All good, all fair as they come down into turn number one, and off turn number two, Stephen Bly will have the advantage on the inside. Bly will lead him into turn number three. LeBoy trying to fight back in that outside group. Here comes Joey Jarvis. Jarvis in the third spot. Radical Russ Davis riding the high side in at number five. Russ Davis just hoping the car holds together throughout the day. That's what he was telling me earlier. And if you've seen the kind of luck he had this year, you'd know why he was saying that. Look out, him and Corey Robert together off turn number four. Oh, and Joey Tatral, a little bit of action. Russ Davis feeling like a ball in a pinball machine out there. Tatral will head up pit road. Checkered flag is out. Stephen Bly gets the win, followed by John LeBoy.
Number 18 machine. Here we go. Chris Curtis quickly out in front. Eddie Briel the third swings back to the outside, won't get it done. Caution is out, and a bad start. Chris Curtis.
He's standing on something. He's there or he got left.
He's probably standing on Griggsy's shoulders.
That could be.
So here we go. Chris Curtis. Eddie Briel the third. Briel now gets the jump. Are they going to let it fly? Briel got a huge jump. Chris Curtis didn't come up to speed. And Curtis drops to third. Zielinski quickly to the second spot. Ricky Bly in the 98 runs in fourth, and it's Andy Brooks, Corey Dirksey, and Buster Duncan. Eddie Briel the third out in front. Check this kid out. I do believe this is Briel's debut in a full-size car, as he is picking him up, putting him down all over. Scott Zielinski in second. Chris Curtis doing a nice job in third. A Radical Ricky Bly in fourth. Then it's Andy Brooks, Corey Dirksey, and Buster Duncan. Eddie Briel the third. Kid's like 16 years old, if that. Scott Zielinski runs in second, the wily veteran. with nothing for Brio. Of course, this car that Brio's driving won a couple of late model championships with Brio at the wheel. The old man, Brio, Eddie Brio Jr. at the wheel, have been at Knox Speedway. So the car is no slouch. Now Ricky Bly pulls alongside Chris Curtis. Curtis with a very loose race car. This 51 car, the former Wayne Ingalls machine, Chris Curtis, rumored to be behind the wheel for a full season here next year at Twin State Speedway. Good to have him back. Buster Duncan goes a lap down in the 52. Oh, Ricky Bly. Look at that car rotate in the middle. Chris Curtis battles back on the outside, getting off. White flag is out. Eddie Brio III. Eddie Brio getting it done, takes the win. Second's going to go to Scott Zielinski. Buster Duncan a lap down. Third is Corey Black, or Ricky Black.
Super Street qualifying event of the day. Here they come off turn 4. It's race time. Allen Fellows with a big jump on the inside. Shepard holds down to the bottom. Oh, Wilkie and Sid LaGuire trading body panels. Wilkie ends up on the short end of the stick. He gave up a body panel, didn't get one back. So Chris Wilk doing his Sammy Earl imitation on lap number 1. Chris Wilk now working his way underneath Allen Fellows. Chris Wilk looks like he wants to run a modified. He's up front. Here comes Ryan Bell and Joe Lanou. Allen Fellows with a little bit of a push in the 29F, holding that thing up out of harm's way. Sid LaGuire still dragging half of Wilk's car with him, holding on to the 5th spot. Dana Shepard back to 6th. Metcalf with a problem in the 75. So Chris Wilk at the halfway point, still showing him the way. Ryan Bell right there in second. Joe Lanou putting on the heat in third. Allen Fellows in the 4th slot. In the 5th spot, Sid LaGuire Jr. to number 69, followed by Dana Shepard and Mike Metcalf. Metcalf, you can hear that 75 when he comes down through. That thing is just not right. Double sticks in the air, this time by Chris Wilk in a Wilk ceiling, number 15. Wilk out of Mendon, Vermont. Drove both Twin State Speedway and Canaan this year. Won the Super Street Championship at Twin State. Ran in the Pro Stock Division up to Canaan Fair Speedway. Did very well. White flag out now. One more lap to go. Chris Wilk in cruise control up front. Joe Lanou trying to make a bid on Ryan Bell. Doesn't happen. Checkered flag will wave this time by Chris Wilk. Will nail down the win. Ryan Bell brings it home in second, followed by Joe Lanou, Allen Fellows, Sid LaGuire Jr., Dana Shepard, and Mike Metcalf rounding out.
All right, here we go. Late models in action. Guy Karen in the 73. Gary Knight outside, check out. Scotty McMichael looked to the bottom, thought about 3 wide, thought better of it. Todd Davis working around the high side. Scotty McMichael done bought some horsepower, folks. This thing is fast as a late model. Getting down the straightaways in good shape. Guy Karen out in front, taking over the Mike Richardson-owned 73. Word has it he'll be in that car full-time next year, as well as campaigning a pro stock at Canaan on Saturday nights. Scotty Michael now to the inside of Gary Knight. Oh, a little bit of contact. Gary Knight tried to come down across the nose of Mark Hayward. Hayward says, I don't think so. Mr. Consistency moves in to try to take over the third spot. Gary Knight dropping through the field. Now Dennis Stange going to try to come up. He and Todd Davis do battle. Chris Bergeron trying to make his way forward. Unable to do so far. Has moved to the high side now. And Bergeron in trouble. Bergeron has to drop back behind Paul Mazzano. Paul Mazzano very fast in that 0-3. Guy Karen out front. Oh, check out. Mark Hayward. Hayward to the inside on Scotty McMichael. They touch, they rub. Everybody will continue. Mark Hayward out in second. McMichael third. Guy Karen is gone. See you bye. Gary Knight back to fourth. Dennis Stange is fifth. Todd Davis runs in sixth. Seventh belongs to Mark Merrill. Then it's Chris Bergeron struggling to move forward here in this heat race. 9 laps down now. 12 laps the distance. Now Bergeron will look to the outside on Merrill. Can't get it done there. Oh, Bergeron into the back of the 99. Around goes McMichael off the front bumper of Knight. Scotty McMichael around as the white flag flies. He sits on the back stretch. Gary Knight gets into the back of Scotty. All right, here we go. Green flag flies. We're back underway. Hayward to the outside on Karen. Karen battles back on the inside. Side by side down the backstretch. Oh, Hayward with some smoke, baby. Mark Hayward on the outside. Oh, contact. Scotty McMichael gets into the side of Gary Knight. And that might be all she wrote for McMichael. Guy Karen in caution is out as Gary Knight sits over in turn number 4. And we'll have to say, but that might be good night, Irene, for Scotty.
Let me know who wins the race, Andy. I'm going to keep an eye on the 3 and the 14.
So here we go. Green is out once again. Down into turn number 1. Side by side, Karen and Hayward. Todd Davis to third. Now Stange is going to battle back. Gary Knight 3 wide around the outside. White flag flies. Down into turn number 1. Guy Karen with a nose out in front. Mark Hayward runs in second. Oh, Hayward with a little nudge. Karen up off of turn number 4. He and Hayward. Karen will win it. Hayward is second. Davis by a nose.
Former veteran. Chris the Weasel Riendo did a lot of double duty this year between the late model and the modified division. And Mikey Griggs says it's race time. Down into turn number 1 and off turn 2. Keene on the inside. Dallas Trombley on the outside. Travis. Wow. Let's see if I can get his name right. Dallas with a big run up the back straightaway in around 3 and 4. Dallas Trombley will lead him down into turn number 1. Daryl Keene settles into second. Al Hansen in a third spot. Dola Holland riding their fourth. Battle for fifth between Johnson and Zulo, with fellows Riendo and Hinckley all right there in tow. Dallas Trombley trying to pull away up front. Meanwhile, Keene, Hansen, and Holland duking it out for the second spot. Dola Holland, the winningest driver in our Super Street division in 2008, was edged out in the championship by Chris Wilt, but he has moved it up to the late model division today and running strong. Chris Riendo, the 37W, a junior in high school. He'll be back tomorrow in the modified. So it's Dallas Trombley, Daryl Keene, Al Hansen, Dola Holland, Bill Johnson, Alan Fellows, Chris Riando, Jimmy Zulo, and Luke Hinckley. Cross flags out. 6 down, 6 to go. Final qualifying event of the day. Then we're going to get into our feature events. Zulo fighting the handle on that number 10. Dallas Trombley still leading the way. Daryl Keene adhering to the Twin State Speedway oval very quickly. He's starting to close up the gap a little bit on Trombley. Hansen and Holland running strong. Dallas Trombley, Daryl Keene, Al Hansen, Dola Holland, Chris Riando, Bill Johnson, Alan Fellows, Luke Hinckley, Jimmy Zulo. Double sticks up, 2 more laps to go. 2 to go. And Trombley and Keene trying to pull away from Hansen and Holland. Holland now starting to run down Hansen. White flag out. 1 more lap to go. Oh, Johnson in trouble off turn number 4. Lost a bunch of ground there. Able to gather it up. And now Fellows right there to put the pressure on. Fellows has to back out of it. Checkered flag up. Dallas Trombley gets the win. Daryl Keene second. Then it's Al Hansen, Dola Holland, Chris Riando, Bill Johnson, Alan Fellows, Luke Hinckley rounding out the field. Green flag out for the Dwarf cars. Here we go. They're underway. Eric Hall gets overtaken by Ernie LaPlante. Ernie LaPlante leading the way with Eric Hall. Riding in second, the number 93, Geiger from the back of the pack up to third. The 28X again, Dan Sidney, the 02, Jim Barker, and the 00, Sierra McCoy. So Ernie LaPlante out of Lindenville, Vermont, opens up a huge lead early here in our Dwarf car feature. In second spot, the number 2 is Eric Hall. We'll have to find out if he's related to Andy Hall. Your leader, Ernie LaPlante. And at number 28, good battle going on for second. Eric Hall in the 2 out of Colebrook, New Hampshire with the number 93, Dave Geiger. Campton, New Hampshire. Geiger underneath in turn number 4. He'll take over the second spot. All right, Ernie LaPlante now starting to overlap the slower vehicles. The 00 Sierra McCoy goes a lap down, as does Eric Hall. The number 28X, Dan Sidney, in his own little world, a half a lap away from everybody, but LaPlante running him down. Again, Dave Geiger, the second place vehicle at number 93, being chased by Eric Hall. The 02 again is Jim Barker, the gold number 02. Once again, your leader, the black 28, Ernie LaPlante out of Lindenville, Vermont, being chased by the 93 of Dave Geiger. In third place is the number 2 of Eric Hall. In fourth is the red 28X of Dan Sidney. Fifth spot, the 02 for Jim Barker, and the 00 of Sierra McCoy rounding out the field. 10 laps in the books, make it 11 as Ernie LaPlante drives on by. Now, Sierra McCoy making the move on Jim Barker. She'll take over the fifth spot. Not so easy. Barker answers back. They'll be side by side. Pass and flag will come out as the leader. Ernie LaPlante will try to maneuver his way by the pair. McCoy pulls down to the inside, lets him go by, as does Barker. So right now, the only three cars on the lead lap is the 28, the 93, and the Deuce. So the 28, Ernie LaPlante. Opening up that lead a little bit more over Dave Geiger. Geiger in the 93, your second place runner. The number 2 of Eric Hall riding in third and fourth place. That's the 28X, Dan Sidney. And then the battle for fifth continues between Sierra McCoy and Jim Barker. McCoy gets that big run, just can't quite nail it down. Hall will try to drive by the pair on the back straightaway successfully around McCoy. Works his way around Barker, and he'll be in clear traffic now. Hall, the last car on the lead lap. 18 down and 7 to go for the Dwarf cars. Dwarf car main event. Passing flag out once again as McCoy finally makes the pass on Barker to take over the fifth spot. Ernie LaPlante threads the needle going into turn number 2 and up the back straightaway. Dwarf cars briefly 3 wide there. Your leader, LaPlante, in the 28. With Geiger second, that's the 93. The 2 on the back straightaway is your third place car. That's Eric Hall out of Colebrook, New Hampshire. LaPlante completes lap number 22. Geiger maybe ever so slowly reeling him in, but is not going to be enough time regardless as the double sticks are up. 2 more laps to go for our Dwarf car feature event. Your leader heads into turn number 3. That's the black 28. White flag is out now. 1 more lap to go. Yeah. Final lap for the Dwarf cars. So, checkered flag out as Ernie LaPlante gets the win. Dave Geiger second.
Here we go, folks. 20 laps the distance. And a big happy 79th birthday once again to Dennis Stans, driver of the number 44 late model. Happy 79th birthday. Green flag waves. We are underway. Craig Smith alongside Dylan Boudreau. Second and third generation driver there. Dylan Boudreau, the grandson of Ernie Boudreau. Craig Smith, the son of Dean Smith. Jeff Murray in the 3 car. That 3 car, the former Andy Brooks Jr. car. Brooks here racing in the late model division, doing a nice job. In fourth, Caitlin Stone, then Shauna Wallace. And don't remind George that it's 2 females, the last 2 on the track. He'll never let him live it down. Craig Smith out in front. long since gone. Second is Dylan Boudreau. Third is Jeff Murray. Oh, the two ladies collide. The two women, Shauna Wallace and Caitlin Stone. Shauna Wallace makes a hard right. Well, 4 out of 5 drivers are second-generation drivers. Dylan Boudreau is sort of third-generation. Well, his father didn't race, did he?
No, but his uncle.
His uncle and his grandfather. So it's 3 generations there. And we are back underway.
And, you know, Ernie Boudreau, his grandfather, before Ernie raced, there weren't cars. So,
well, they could have been horse racers.
Yeah,
you never know.
That's true. Chariots.
Chariot racing. There we go. Wonder if he had the big spikes off his wheels. And have they put him on Dylan's car yet? So Craig Smith doing an outstanding job. The former driver of that 29 car, back when it had a 20 on the side, is here. Or running in the Super Street division. Right? Or late model? Running in the late model division. That's Eddie Brio III. And Brio doing an outstanding job in that car. In the Super Street division, because that car is a former late model. Here at Twin State Speedway, it qualifies as a Super Street.
What is he looking for?
Where Todd. Out in front, Craig Smith. Second. Second belongs to Jeff Murray. Third is Dylan Boudreau, and problems on the Volkswagen as that car is off the pace. Now Jeff Murray has run down Craig Smith. Good little battle, a Neon and a Cavalier. The Cavalier has caught the Neon as we are halfway through the main event for the Youth Sportsman Division. Second and third generation drivers doing an outstanding job. So good battle out in front. Craig Smith's got the spot. Jeff Murray in second. Dylan Boudreau runs in third. Fourth belongs to Caitlin Stone. Shauna Wallace runs in fifth. Next time by, it'll be 6 laps to go. 6 to go. As the battle continues to wage out in front. Craig Smith doing an outstanding job, son of Dean Smith. Jeff Murray, son of Jack Murray. And Murray will be out, trying out the pure stock or strictly stock for the first time. Coming up.
Good battle here, still with the lead. Though these two youngsters have raced together all season long, know each other's moves, know their weak spots, their strong spots. But I tell you what, these two kids, neither one of them are giving up.
No, not a bit. They are battling hard. That 3 car, Jeff Murray, really gets down into the corners well. Craig Smith with just a little bit more horsepower in that 29. Never thought I'd say that about a Neon, having more horsepower than anything.
I don't know.
Oh, Jeff Murray, a little loose getting down into 3.
I had a Neon one time that was almost as fast as my lawnmower.
Really?
Almost.
Yeah, but you got one of them hopped up, souped up, crazy lawnmowers.
Well, yeah, but still, it just barely beat out the wheelbarrow, which held off the Neon.
I don't believe in wheelbarrows. That's what they made dump trucks for.
Good point.
2 laps to go for this battle. Craig Smith out in front. Jeff Murray in second. Murray looks to the high side. Can't get it done there. Dylan Boudreau, a stranglehold on third. Caitlin Stone fourth. Shauna Wallace trying to make the move, getting in, can't get it done. Murray looks to the inside, he's got to run. Craig Smith slides up the hill. White flag getting into one. Jeff Murray takes the spot. Smith will battle back, getting down into three. They touch up off of turn 4. Jeff Murray takes the win. Craig Smith takes second. Third, looks like it will go to Dylan Boudreau. Oh, Caitlin Stone feeling the heat from Shauna Wallace. Stone's going to take fourth. Shauna Wallace will round out the field. And
coming up next, Strictly's going with their here we go, green flag is out. Strictly stock main event underway. Eddie LaGuire, Sammy Earl, door handle off, turn number 2. LaGuire going to lead him up the back straight away. Look at it, fight back on the outside. Slamming, Sammy Earl drives it in deep in turn number 3. Here they come off, turn number 4, still nose to nose, down a complete lap number 1. Sammy Earl going to lead him. LaGuire fights back on the inside in 1 and 2. Earl gets loose. Andrew Merritt takes the 57 up pit road. Still side-by-side battle with the lead. Here they come down to the line. Dead heat. Eddie LaGuire now with a half-car length advantage gets loose. Earl comes back. Still side-by-side into turn 3. Off turn 4, Sammy Earl a little bit loose. LaGuire still a dead heat at the line. Slamming Sammy Earl and Eddie LaGuire. Earl with a half a car length lead that lap at the line. LaGuire fights back. Looks like Sammy Earl might be just a little bit quicker, but that outside groove is not working for him as far as getting enough to pull in front of Eddie LaGuire. LaGuire keeps battling back on the inside. We'll have to see how this one pans out. Both drivers running strong and making it work. Troy Rowell in the 3. Earl going to try to pinch LaGuire down. It works. Eddie LaGuire gets pinched down by Sammy Earl behind the lap car. Has to back out of it. So now we'll have to see if LaGuire's got enough to run Sammy Earl back down. Smart driving by slamming Sammy Earl. Saw the lap car coming up. Got LaGuire pinched down to the line. Knew he wasn't going to be able to do anything with that lap car in the way. And LaGuire had to back out of it. And Sammy Earl now opens it up to 2 car lengths over LaGuire. Brian Goslin trying to close. Ben Bushy running strong in 4th. Then it's Benny Poland, Tara Tarbell, Jared Ledger, Craig Phillips, Mike Burke, Neil Foster, Ryan Rainey, Jeffrey Murray, and Troy Rowell. Rowell on the high side. Off turn number 4, lets the field go underneath. So your top 3 trying to run away from Ben Bushy. We're third of the way done. 10 down, 20 to go. Oh, look out. Murray and Rainey get together off turn number 4. Slamming Sammy Earl. Look at this. They're 3 wide. Rainey gets loose. Everybody's okay. Rainey fighting a loose race car there in that number 43. So Sammy Earl clears the lap traffic for now. Eddie LaGuire also gets around Jeff Murray. He's got some clear track in front of him. Brian Goslin lost a little ground in the traffic, but keep your eye on that 01 Riverside Speedway regular out of Groveton. Adapting to the Twin State Oval very quickly. Your leader is the 06 of Slammin' Sammy Earl. Riding in second, the number 71, former track champion in the Super Street division at Steady Eddie LaGuire. Third spot, first time here from Riverside Groveton. That's the 01 of Brian Goslin. Cross flags out halfway this time by. Look out! Look out, the 04 of Murray goes around, got a little bit loose right in front. Michael Griggs watches them. They'll come off turn number 4. Ed LaGuire and Ben Bushy. Green flag is out. We're underway. Jared Ledger immediately up into the third spot. Keep your eye on Ledger, Riverside Speedway regular. Here comes Mighty Mike Burke, former track champion, up into the 4th spot. Benny Poland right there, rounding out the top 5. Cross flags halfway. Brian Goslin in the 01 going to try to make his way back up through. Meanwhile, up front, Eddie LaGuire showing him the way with Ben Bushy in tow. Jared Ledger in at number 4. Holding on to the third spot. All right, so steady, Eddie LaGuire, Ben Bushy, Jared Ledger, Michael Burke, Ben Poland, Terry Tarbell, Craig Phillips, Brian Goslin, Neil Foster, Jeff Murray, and Ryan Rainey. Troy Rowell rounding out the field. 10 more laps to go. 10 to go. Brian Goslin back up into the 7th position already and trying to run down Tarbell, Poland, and Burke. Goslin with a strong car in that number 01. Steady Eddie LaGuire with about an 8-car length lead up front over Ben Bushy and Jared Ledger. Again, Ledger, I believe it's his first time racing ever at Twin State Speedway. Adapting to this oval very well, as has Goslin. Goslin, who was strong at the start, was right up there in the top 3. Now going to try to figure a way up through the pack. Gets underneath Tarbell. Goslin will move up into the 6th spot. But Eddie LaGuire having things all his own way up front. Eddie LaGuire having the field covered now that Sammy Earl is retired. 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go for our main event. Look out. Rainey and Ledger, a little bit of contact there. Rainey having a hard time with the handle on the 43. Ledger able to hold on to that 3rd spot over Michael Burke. Burke now trying to apply the pressure. 4-car battle now for 3rd between Ledger, Burke, Poland, and Goslin. LaGuire and Bushy pretty much cemented the top 2 spots in if there's no problems. Double sticks are up, 2 to go. Goslin looking to go to the outside of Benny Poland. Wants the 5th spot. Burke with a good run out the back straightaway, dogging the back bumper of Jared Ledger. Burke knows this track as well as anybody out there, wants to get a top 3. White flag is out, 1 more lap to go. Eddie LaGuire on cruise control. Burke has to check up behind Troy Rowell. Ed LaGuire will take the win. Ben Bushy comes home in 2nd. Then it'll be Jared Ledger, Michael Burke, Benny Poland, Tara Tarbell, Brian Goslin, Craig Phillips, Ryan Rainey, Neil Foster rounds out the top three. So we'll get a word with our top three down on the Speedway. And, of course, you can see all top three right up here in our victory lane after they get done on the front straightaway.
Today?
About 18 years ago when I was 12 years old, I came with my brother and watched. But I don't think I could run here every week. I'm not used to a lot of break. We run a little quarter mile up at Riverside Speedway in Groveton, and don't have to use any brake up there.
You need to use a little bit around here, especially when the lap cars run you all over the racetrack. How nervous did that make you there coming down to the end?
That was a lot of nervousness. Had third wrapped up pretty good, and then a bunch of junk out there, but we'll take it. We'll go back to Groveton with a third place finish.
There you go. Heck of a run, man. Nice job. Welcome to Twin State Speedway, by the way. Ben Bushy, all kinds of experience around this joint, man. Those two out front got it done, but strong run for you.
I guess a little luck is better than yeah, Sammy had a good car. It was his first time back for a long couple of years, and he was fast, but I'll take a little bit of luck.
There you go. Now, you went up and played with Kanan a little bit, so you had some experience with Eddie LaQuire. Know just how fast that 71 is. What do the Claremont regulars have to do to compete with that thing?
Well, he's got a 350. We have 305, so, I mean, he certainly has more horsepower. I think I was a little handling better than he is, but as soon as we get on the gas, he would leave us. But that's okay. I'll take second. Last race of the year.
There you go, man. Great run. Congratulations. Way to wind up the season.
Thank you.
There you go. Ben Bushy comes home third. And a guy who's been dominant. Also, a guy who was dominant at Kanan Speedway, Eddie LaQuire, man. It's looked like Sammy had something for you, but once he was gone, it was back to dominating ways.
Yeah, if Sammy didn't have problems, I don't think I could have beat him. But I heard a little story earlier that somebody had said that they were wondering about my motor all year long. Well, it's completely legal. It's been checked 6, 7 times. I don't know what to tell you. I got to say special thanks to Haywood's Garage, Pro Cut, Heavy D's Napa. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. Everybody that came and helped, all these fans that came to watch today, braving out this rainstorm. Thanks.
How cool is it to come back to Twin State Speedway? You're a former track champion at this racetrack. How cool is it to come back and be this good in your return?
I've been away from here for a couple of years, but a couple laps, it come right back to me.
There you go, man. Great job. Congratulations.
Thanks.
There you go. Eddie LaQuire wins it. Ben Bushy second. Jared Leisure comes down from
number 25 for Kyle Johnson. Here they come. Oh, no green. Here we go. Joe Crowley. Give them a look. They'll come off turn number 4. Green flag is up. Logan and a Thunderbird out in front. Oh, look out. The 27 around. Vasquez around in number 8. Schneider and Vasquez around off turn number 2. Vasquez running, still awaiting Schneider. Schneider gets it. Nice slow pace by Logan and Smith. Green flag is out. We're underway. Dylan Smith with a good jump on the outside. Logan answers back on the inside. Logan will lead him off turn number 2. Shane D'Agostino up into that second spot underneath Smith. Smith in the outside groove losing spots. He's back to 4th now and under pressure losing 4th. It's Jim Logan, Shane D'Agostino, the 89, Corey Knighting, the 17. For Melissa Fifield, the 34, Dylan Smith, the 3 for Kyle Pudiak, 27 of Bill Schneider, the 8 for Mike Vasquez, the number 19 of Dave Schneider, and the 25, Kyle Johnson.
You want me to take over?
Sure, if you want to.
Where's that other sheet ahead?
There's this thing right here. Everybody's written it.
Oh, trouble down in turn number 4. The 17 car round. Melissa Fifield turns around, backs up into the grass, and caution is out. Championships. I won 7 quarters championships in college. Does that count? Pretty sure that's not going to get me a ride. So that's your top 3. The 34 machine is up next. Driven by Dylan Smith, the 14-year-old in the 34, as he moves into 3rd spot now. Out of Randolph, Vermont, Brookside Customs and Able Mountain Campground, the sponsors on the side of that number 89. Up next, it's the 3-car, Kyle Pudiak, the 14-year-old. Pudiak spun before the heat race even got started. Track was a little damp then. Pudiak has come back nicely as he runs in the top 5, the Bennington, New Hampshire native. 6-time track champion at Sugar Hill. Weber Foundations, HRE Racing Parts, Bootwell's Automotive, the sponsors on that machine. Up next is the 8-car. That is Michael Vasquez. Pretty in purple for Vasquez. The elder statesman of the division at 41 years old. Most of these drivers less than half his age. Vasquez doing a nice job as we have a change for the lead. Shane DeAgostino has gotten around Logan. The 27 car is up next. William Schneider, 13 years old out of Northport, New York. Long Island to trouble. The 25 car is around. Kyle Johnson turns it around in the backstretch. James Logan runs in second in the 44. Then it's the 34. Oh, that car driven by Dylan Smith, the 14-year-old. Oh, trouble! The 89, oh, more trouble. The 25 car into the driver's side of the 3, the 25 of Kyle Johnson. The 3-car, Kyle Pudiak, has had a, absolutely. Oh, boy. So here we go. Let's try this again. Green flag flies. Excuse me, Shane DeAgostino and Michael Vasquez in the top 3. We might get to talk to him yet. Oh, my goodness. Go! Contact. DeAgostino up into the wall. And Vasquez in trouble now. Caution comes out. Pretty sure they're going to say bad start. Here we go. Green flag is out. Shane DeAgostino. James Logan. The 34 car of Dylan Smith runs in third. Then it's Michael Vasquez. The 27 car is next. That's William Schneider. Schneider gets by Vasquez. Halfway now, halfway. 20 laps the distance now, so we've shortened the race by 5 laps. And DeAgostino's got the lead. Logan runs in second. Logan runs right up on the bumper. Now drops to the bottom. Logan tries to go to the inside, can't make it happen. And Melissa Fifield around over in turn number 4. Melissa Fifield in the 17 car. And caution comes out again.
9 is Mike Parks, the 08, Bucky Demers. 42 is Jeff Zeidema, the 99, Eric Blanchett, the 29F, Aaron Fellows, the 111 is Zach Jewett. 29 is Chris Lyman, the 74, Jim Hancock, the 09 of Jeremy Davis, 28 of Dave Davis, and the 6X for Mark Cole. 1 lap in the books. Brian Baker and Russ Hershey, the 2 up top. Hershey on the inside, Baker on the outside. Hershey leads this lap. Chris Wilk right there in third, then it's Brandon Ovett. Parks and Bucky Demers duking it out for the 5th spot. Then it's Jeff Zeidema, Aaron Fellows, Chris Lyman, Eric Blanchett, Zach Jewett. Up front, Russ Hershey, the dominator, finally takes the top spot away from Brian Baker. Baker right there on the back bumper. Chris Wilk closing ground. Ovett gets loose in turn number 4. That opens the door for Parks. Parks in at number 9 moves up into the 4th spot. Jeff Zeidema on the move also. Turn 4 seems to be a little bit dicey in spots. Ovett having a hard time in the 15X, just can't seem to keep that 15 down. He's up where the out of the groove part of it. Gets in the line now. We'll see how it handles from there. Bucky Demers trying to work on him. Up front, meanwhile, it's a 3-car breakaway with Hersey, Baker, and Wilk. Parks and Zeidema rounding out the top 5. Then it's Aaron Fellows, Brandon Ovitt, Bucky Demers, Chris Lyman, Eric Blanchette, Zach Jewett. Jeremy Davis in the 09, and him and Jewett get together in turn number 2. Everybody looks to be okay. Mark Cole right there along with him. They were hooked up for a minute. Davis, I think he's got a flat tire in the 09. Looks like it may be a right front flat on the 09. Oh, he definitely got a right front flat. And caution will fly. You don't put yourself a half a lap down on purpose, but here we go. So Hersey immediately out front. Well, look out, Bucky Demers around in turn number 2. Here we go, getting ready to roll again under green. Green flag is out. We are underway. Baker with a big jump on the outside. Hersey answers back. Door handle off turn 2. Up the back straightaway. Hersey and Baker. Baker's going to let him go and then pull in line. Zeidema up to the 4th spot. Aaron Fellows on the move. Fellows trying to work underneath Parks for 5th. Parks stuck in the high lane. Now Baker with a move underneath Hersey. Baker trying to make it happen. Baker sticks the nose in there. Hersey trying to pinch him down. Baker will have the lead at the line. Good amount of respect there between Hersey and Baker. Baker stuck the nose in. Hersey let him go. So it's Brian Baker, Russ Hersey, Chris Wilk, Jeff Zeidema, Aaron Fellows, Michael Parks, Brandon Ovitt, and Chris Lyman. Jeremy Davis and Bucky Demers round out the top 10. Whoa, Parks loose off turn number 2. Backs out of it, lets the 29F in. So we have 2 groups of 4 up front. A front 4 and a second 4, and then they filter on back through. Brian Baker leading Russ Hersey, Chris Wilk, and Jeff Zeidema in group number 1. Aaron Fellows leading Mike Parks, Brandon Ovitt, and Chris Lyman in group number 2. Oh, Parks and Fellows mixing it up in turn number 2. Parks, they'll lean on each other again in 3. Off turn 4, Parks will take over the 5th spot. Fellows back on the attack. Brandon Ovitt now trying to make it happen. Hersey trying to make something go with Brian Baker. Mark Cole fighting the handle in that X6X. Chris Wilk now and Jeff Zeidema applying the pressure to Hersey and Baker. Brian Baker, your leader with 22 laps in the books. Russ Hersey second, Chris Wilk third. Then it's Jeff Zeidema, Mike Parks, Aaron Fellows, Brandon Ovitt, Chris Lyman, Jeremy Davis, Bucky Demers, Zach Jewett, Eric Blanchette, Dave Davis, Jim Hancock, and Mark Cole. Cole going a lap down on lap 23. Hancock next in line to go a lap down. Hancock moves down to the inside as the leaders roll on by. Cross flags up, halfway this time by. 25 down, 25 to go. Hancock, the 74 pulling down into the infield. So Jim Hancock parking the 74. Hershey now starting to put the pressure on Brian Baker once again. Hershey looks to the bottom, can't make it happen. Hershey trying that crossover move. Baker with a lot of horses. So Baker and Hershey now. Hershey starting to put the pressure on. Baker with a lot of motor in that number 11. Brian Baker ran this track for many, many years. Mark Cole around in turn number 4. Caution will fly on lap number 30. Brian Baker, Russ Hershey, here they come off turn 4. Green flag is out. Hershey with a great jump on the outside. He'll lead him into turn 1. Off turn 2. Up the back straightaway, it's Hershey, Baker. Battle for third between Wilk and Zeidema. Zeidema with a good run on the outside, but Wilkie holds tough. Zeidema with a big run around turns 1 and 2. Wilk answers back on the inside. Wilk finally wins out. He'll take over the third spot. Zeidema will slide back into 4th. Then it'll be Parks, Fellows, Ovitt, Lyman, Jewett, Demers, Davis, Blanchette, and Cole. But up front, the dominator, Russ Hershey, trying to open it up on Brian Baker. Baker in the Phil Signs and Stripes, number 11. Down to the line this time, 35 laps in the books, 15 laps to go. Pro Stock main event. Zach Jewett having a try time with a handle on the 111. Bucky Demers able to drive up underneath him. They lean on each other a little bit. Davis also drives on through. Now Dave Davis going to work on Jewett. Top pair pulling away from the field. The battle right now for third between Chris Wilk and Jeff Zeidema. Russ Hershey, former multi-time Speedway, Monadnock Speedway champion, the man up front. Brian Baker riding hard right there in second. Chris Wilk third. Jeff Zeidema 4th. Mike Parks rounding out the top 5. Oh, Parks in trouble into number 9. Parks gets loose into 9. Loses a ton of ground. 10 laps to go. 10 to go this time by. Hershey now around Mark Cole, as is Brian Baker. Oh, look out! The 09 gets into the 08 and Demers goes around. Bucky Demers keeps the engine fired up. Good job by Bucky Demers to keep that thing going. And Bucky, the ever sportsman that he is, will let Russ Hershey go on by. Bucky knows he went a lap down due to another competitor, but he's not going to screw up the race leaders as he lets them go. Five more laps to go. 5 to go for our Pro Stock main event. The Dominator, Russ Hershey, the man up front. Brian Baker about 3 car lengths back in second. Your third place runners, the 15, that's Chris Wilk. Passing flag out for Eric Blanchette. Hershey rolls on by. Baker next up. Blanchette will let the top pair go. Meanwhile, down on the line, the double sticks are up. 2 more laps to go. 2 to go. Hershey, this time by, comes off turn 4, sees the white flag. Oh, trouble on the back chute. Fellows and Parks in trouble on the back straightaway. Didn't see what had happened. Brandon Ovitt, your top 5. Nice slow pace set by Hershey. He's going to just take off. Green flag is out. We are underway. Hershey got exactly what he wanted, a big jump. Very smart thinking by the wily veteran. He's got a 3-car length lead. White flag is out. Wilkie putting the heat on Brian Baker. Zeidema now going to the outside. Zeidema looking around Chris Wilk. Here they come down to the line. Zeidema drives it in deep. Here they come. Hershey gets the win. Wilk takes himself out. So it's Jeff Zeidema. Congratulations from Brian Baker to Russ Hershey. He's displayed. Here they come off turn number 4. Green flag is out. We are underway. Brio loose up in the high groove. It's Stephen Bly up front. Bly will lead him off turn number 4. Wilkie on the move. Stephen Bly, Chris Wilk, Eddie Brio III, Scott Zielinski. Look out, Zielinski and Brio trading paint off turn number 4. Zielinski will take over the 3rd spot. Ryan Bell up the 4th. Brio in 5th. Then it's Joey Jarvis, John Lavoie, Joe Lanou. Andy Brooks, Russ Davis, Ricky Bly, Alan Fellows, Corey Robert, Chris Curtis, Sid LaGuire, Joe Tatral, Dana Shepard, Corey Dirksey, Dennis Bell, Mike Metcalf, and Buster Duncan. Tatral loose going into turn number 3, gets it straightened out. Top 10 running a freight train, make it the top 12. Ricky Bly stuck up in a high groove. Can't get the car down to where the good groove is, has to pull in behind Corey Robert. Oh, Wilkie and Stephen Bly, a little contact. Bly gets it straightened out, but Wilk gets underneath. Now Stephen Bly stuck in the high groove. Oh, muscles his way back into the 2nd spot. So Wilk now the leader with Stephen Bly back to 2nd. Scott Zielinski 3rd, Ryan Bell 4th, Eddie Brio the 3rd rounding out the top 5. Chris Wilk, your leader. Stephen Bly in hot pursuit. Scott Zielinski up into the third spot. They'll make their way around Buster Duncan. Joe Jarvis and Joe Lanou battling it out for that sixth spot right now. Joey Jarvis in the 4, Joe Lanou in the number 6. Tatrall in trouble on the back straightaway. Tatrall heading up pit road. And Metcalf around in turn number 4. Oh! Eddie Joey Tatrall's night comes to an early end. Get ready. Here comes the back off. Turn 4. Green flag is out. We're underway. Stephen Bly stuck in the outside. Didn't get a good jump. So Zielinski able to go by. Now Ryan Bell up to challenge for third. Stephen Bly, the wily veteran, trying to work the outside. Up there with his no rubber. Loses a little ground, but he will battle back. It's Chris Wilkes, Scott Zielinski, Ryan Bell, Eddie Brio, Joe Lanou, Stephen Bly, Joey Jarvis, Andy Brooks, John LeBoy, Russ Davis, Corey Robert, Alan Fellows, Ricky Bly, Chris Curtis, Sid LaGuire, Dana Shepard, Corey Dirksey, Mike Metcalf, Dennis Bell, and Buster Duncan. Chris Wilk up front in a 15. Oh, look out! Eddie Brio the third around in turn number 2.